Hello, welcome to Working Dragon Mystic. I'm Drake. This week I'd like to talk about love spells. I've been getting a lot of requests to do a video on these. So I'd like to go ahead today and cover a very effective and easy to do love spell that anyone can do, whether you're just starting out in your practice or you're a little bit more advanced. One of the complaints a lot of people give about love spells is, as a beginner, they feel they can't raise enough power to create the change they're wanting. I personally find this to be a bit self-sabotaging when you just come out of the gate putting a limitation on yourself. In any magic you do, approach it with the mentality that you can do it, and you have done it. Because when you are approaching a spell or a ritual, you want the mentality of you've already got what it is you're looking for. So with that in mind, let's go over exactly how you would do this. Now what you will need is you're going to need a candle holder of some kind. This is just a little cheapo. And you will need a candle of some kind. For this spell, I actually do prefer red. Some people like pink, but I actually think red is a bit more powerful in my opinion. It's a bit more of a solid color. And ever since I was a kid, the deep red was always what you saw at Valentine's Day. So for me, it's definitely the red, but go with what feels best for you. Now you can use any type of candle, votive candle, chime candle, tea lights, even a pillar candle. The way this spell's set up, this is a long-term spell, so the bigger the candle, the longer the term. And in some ways, I actually think the bigger candles do work better, honestly. But again, you can use a chime candle to the same effect, so don't worry about it. You will also need at least one piece of paper big enough that you can write on. This is maybe 2-inch or 3-inch by 3-inch. It's just a little piece of scrap paper. Anytime I have scrap paper, I save it for spell work. And you'll need something to write with. Again, just like in my sigil magic class, I'm using a Sharpie for the exact same reasons. I like to be able to see it. Now, let's start with the paper. What you will be doing with your piece of paper is you're going to be writing a petition. And a petition is a statement of intent. What is your spell doing? And in this case, we are wanting to do a love spell. Now, with love spells, I advise you not to target a single person. And this has, a lot of people will quote ethics and everything, and I'm not going to get into the ethics of it. Magically, if you're targeting a single person, you're targeting their will. And again, avoiding the ethics of it, even if to target a singular person's will is a lot harder. And not only that, that will has to be influenced continually. So it's not generally recommended, because that's when things can backfire, because even if you're successful, that person's will may counter the spell at some point, and that's going to turn out badly. You may end up losing them, heartbroken. In some cases, they're going to even realize what happened, and they will hate you. So you're better off doing a spell to draw love in and be open to meeting a person. Now, if you do have someone in mind, that's okay. You can have them in mind, but you want to craft the spell so that it's drawing in a partner, drawing in a person of interest, someone who you can love and who will love you back. That's generally how I recommend it. Now, if you want to target a person, go right ahead. That's your call. I just personally advise against it, and I like to leave them a bit more open-ended. Now, how you write your petition. You want to write it in a positive format. You want to write it as if you already have it. So you don't want to write, I will find my love, or I will meet someone to love. You are going to write it as if it's in place currently in the present. You want to write everything positively in the present, as I have an abundance of love in my life. I am with the person who completes me. My partner is wonderful and loving and caring. But include all the things it is that you're wanting in a partner. And be as specific as you can, but the more specific you are, again, you're going to start limiting the spell. And if you're a beginner, you want to kind of leave it a little bit more open-ended to increase your options and probabilities. But from an experimental standpoint, feel free to get as specific as you would like. So for our petition, this spell can be used in many ways. It can be used to draw love into your life, help you meet someone. It can also help you generate self-love for you. And if you're already in a relationship, it can also help to increase and reinforce that love and passion in your life. So that's always a great way to do it. So for this example, I'm going to use the increase love in my life concept. All right. Now, I went ahead and cut out me writing this so we don't got a bunch of dead air. But since I am doing just the increase of love in my life in general, for my particular example here, my petition says, and I kept it simple, is I have a overflowing abundance of love in my life. It's horribly messy at this particular time and horribly spelled too. Now, my spell that I'm setting up here is, again, to just draw more love in general into my life. I'm not trying to meet a partner or anything. So this petition would be great. Now, that said, you can also use sigils in your petition if you want. You can make your petition into a sigil. But what I like to do if I'm going to use sigils is I will actually go ahead and write my petition out, and then I will put a sigil in every corner, and I'll make a sigil for love, and then I'll put that sigil in every corner. Or, and I realize that's backwards, I apologize, but, or I'll make the sigil and I'll just put one large one on the back of the paper. Again, that's fine. And if you are using sigils, feel free to carve that into your candle as well. All right, now once you have your petition written out and you got your sigils on your candle, and if you're using sigils, it's on your paper and on your candle, then you're going to set the candle in its holder on top of your petition in your workspace. And you're going to set up your ritual space like you normally would. So if you cast circles, go ahead and cast your circles, set your space. And in many cases for this spell, I would actually recommend a circle because it does help you to contain more energy, and the more energy you contain, the more energy you can put into the spell. Then you would go ahead and you're going to light the candle. Now once the candle's lit, you're going to want to gaze into the candle flame. Now, there's two ways of this. You can gaze straight into it and use the candle flame kind of like a scrying mirror or a TV. What you're going to be doing is that's where you're going to be visualizing the outcome of the spell. So you're going to be visualizing in that flame you having the love in your life that it is you're seeking. You're going to be enjoying that love. You're going to be going out, you're going to be spending time, whatever it is you want to do. If you enjoy just sitting at home, reading, talking, going on road trips, camping, going to the movies, going to the ballet, whatever it is, you're going to envision all these things. Even if it's marriage that you're seeking, you're going to be envisioning that happy life as if it's happening right now. You don't want to envision how you're getting there. You want to see it there. You are there. You have it. And that's what you're going to be focusing on in this spell. Now, obviously, my candle here, that's a long burning candle. And I'm not going to be able to stare at that flame that long. That's okay. You only want to do this for about 5 or 10 minutes at max if you can. If you can only do a minute or two, that is also fine. Because what you're going to do is, after you've gazed into the candle, you've poured that energy and that emotion into that flame. And as you're gazing and you're visualizing it, that's what you want to do. You want to feel all that emotion, all that love, and you're pouring that into the candle's flame, which is sending that energy out to accomplish your will and your goal and to manifest it into the world. So once that's done, you will now, contrary to the way most people would do it, where they say use a candle snuffer, no, not for this spell. I want you to actually go ahead and blow out the candle. But when you blow it out, I want you to blow your intent, your will, and your emotion into it. And what that's doing is that's going to further charge that candle with the intent of your spell. So you're now not only releasing the energy to draw love to you, again, like the prosperity spell, we're creating a talisman to keep in our home to draw that to us as well. So you're getting that double whammy. Now here's the beauty of it. Every time you sit down to do this, which you will continue to do this, and I usually recommend it twice a week to at least once a week until the candle's gone. Every time you're doing this, you're further charging that candle. You're making it stronger and stronger and stronger. And as it burns down, that energy's moving down with it along the talisman. And part of what you will be doing is your petition is actually under the candle. So it's all part of this, and it's all getting charged as it burns down over time. So this is why I like the longer candles. Not only do you have a much longer time span for the spell to take effect, not to mention every time you're doing this, that spell's going out and releasing a massive effect as if you're doing a singular spell anyway. But the talisman's constantly getting stronger over time. And once the candle's burned out, the beauty of it is now your talisman is your petition. And that petition can easily now be folded up. And guys, we can place this in our wallet. Ladies, your wallet, and put it in your purse. You can keep this on your working altar. If you have like a cabinet where you keep your magical supplies, that's a place where you keep your personal things. You can put it there. You can slip it into your diary or journal, something connected to you. Now, if you don't have any of those things, all old fallbacks, place it under your mattress or in your pillowcase. Those are absolutely great. Those are connected to you, and that will keep the talisman's power affecting you at all times. So you just need to place it someplace where it will have a connection to you, and this is why the wallets are great. I'm not big on the pillowcase trick, mainly because every time I do my laundry, if I have something in my pillowcase, I forget it and I wash it. And then I got a talisman that I just destroyed. So, fun fact with me, I destroy talismans in my pillows. So I actually do prefer to keep it in my wallet, or I will keep it in, I have a specific actual box for spell petitions and talismans that I've made that's got my name on it, and it's engraved with different sigils for me, so that anything I place in there will be connected with me at all times. I know one gentleman, he wears a hat all the time, whether it be a baseball cap or a cowboy hat. I've actually seen him put his petitions in his hat band on the inside. And that's actually a great idea if you wear a hat a lot. But the point is, you want to take that petition, which is now a talisman, and you want to place it somewhere that it'll be connected with you all the time. And again, purse and wallets are pretty good. Actually, they're my favorite. I won't lie. That's where I put them. But if you want, you can place it in a cabinet in your working area. You can craft a box, put your name on it. It's just, honestly, you can decorate your own personal box. That just go to Michael's and get one of the little craft boxes, paint it, decorate it, put your name on it, craft some sigils using your name. That's really all you need to get a good, strong connection. Because when you're crafting it, the intent is for it to be connected with you. And that box would be a great place to store any sigils or anything you want, or talismans that you want connected with you at all times. Otherwise, stick it in your purse, your wallet, pillowcase, under your bed, something like that. And this talisman will continue to work. Now, many of my clients have asked me, how long does the talisman work? I normally say if you do like a chime candle or a candle that burns relatively quickly, this talisman would probably be good for a good 2-3 months easy. A candle like this, honestly, I would not be surprised if this talisman maintained its full potency for a good solid year. But that said, there's nothing to say that you cannot take the same talisman if you feel it needs some extra oomph and get a second candle and repeat. You can easily do that. Now, here's the kicker. If you do this and to meet a partner, once you meet the partner, you will want to do a second petition to build the love in that relationship. And the reason I say that is you want to start that once you know that that partner's the one you want to keep. But you will want to actually burn this petition and destroy the talisman. Or, well, you might not. But the reason I recommend it, this talisman, once you meet somebody, it is still going to be pulling people toward you. And that can create some jealousy issues, or it can just be annoying to constantly have people hitting on you or whatnot. I know for some people that's not an issue, so they would just keep this going. They'd enjoy people hitting on them, and they can, keep their options open, as it were, and they would also do the petition to build and strengthen that relationship. And no judgment calls. If that's what you want to do, do it. But just so you know, once you do meet somebody, if you want the attention and the people coming to you with interest of being in a relationship to end, you should burn this talisman. Or you can just weigh down its effects. Once its energy dissipates out, you're good to go. I usually burn it, though. That's just my personal thing. But that is it. That is a very, very simple, powerful, potent, and long-term love spell that is, honestly, every person I know who I've shown this spell to, they've had amazing results. In some cases, I'm even jealous of the results they've had. But it's very effective. It's very easy to do. And since it does work over time and it's continually outputting energy and you got your talisman, you're layering that magic for maximum manifestation effects. So if you want a love spell and you're wanting to give them a try, I know a lot of people recommend against them. As practitioners, we have to try things and we have to learn things for ourselves. I'm a big believer in application, and life experience is our best teacher. So definitely give this one a try, and don't overlook it for a self-love spell. All of us can do a little bit more self-care and self-love sometimes, and this spell is a wonderful one for that. Definitely, if that's something you feel that you need in your life, give it a try on that for sure. So there you go. Go ahead and give this spell a try. It's nice, simple, not a lot of stuff needed for it. And in all honesty, you can substitute a white candle if you can't get a hold of a red one. But red seems to be pretty easy to get a hold of in most stores, so that shouldn't be a problem. If you found this information helpful, click the like button. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon over there so that you can be made aware anytime we have a new video out. We're currently trying to get at least one video a week out, usually on Tuesdays. Also, join us on Facebook. You can find our group, Working Dragon Mystic. We're building a community where you can ask questions, discuss topics of any kind. Just keep it respectful. You can also find us on Twitter. And if you're interested in sigil magic and how you would make a sigil for this spell, we did do a video recently on sigil magic. I'll try and link that below. Anyways, thank you for joining us. I'm Drake, and I'll see you next time.